Rewind, hi! Hello, boys and girls, and anybody in between. Hello, hello. I'm still wearing the Chili's hat, as I am. I am trying to get this to work. I'm not sure how this works. I'm like, hold on, I'm looking up the game guide real quick. Okay. Launch from the crowd controlled desktop app. Oh. I see. Okay, I did it wrong. Hi everybody. Hi. I'm learning. I've never done this before. But we're figuring it out. What did I learn? Nothing. I am quite literally just press start session in the crowd control desktop app. Can't connect to server. Ah, okay. Connecting. What's that line at the top? Yeah, it's crowd control probably. Oh no, that's what the fuck? God, this was happening for Basil earlier too. Nope, that's trigger fire. Trigger fire is not working today. Yeah, trigger fire is being very stinky today. I don't know why. Okay. I may have fucked it a little bit. 127.0.0.1. Okay. Launch game. What's trigger fire? It's the thing that lets y'all pet me. What the fuck? Why did it open Stardew Valley? Me and this app are about to fight. No, not ya, Stardew! Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi, Nico! Oh my god. Stardew Valley with crowd control! It's fucking trying, dude. I'm like, stop doing Stardew Valley. What the fuck? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, so I'm following the walkthrough. And, I hate to say it, but it's not working. Crowd control is fucking me. Is my username wrong? Hold on. Maybe my username is wrong. I don't really know what my username is in Minecraft. Okay, let's try that. I'm trying. Ugh. Crowd control has decided. No! I wanted to do Minecraft. Alright. Fine. If crowd control has decided that we are gonna do fucking Stardew Valley, let me update my mods real quick. See, this is what happens. This is what happens, chat. Is that I hate it here. This is, oh, brother. Alright, Stardew Valley time. I now has 30 ball hones. I'm so happy for you. I'm sorry, I just... Oh my god, what is happening? Alright, where is my mod thing? Because I have all my mods. Fuck me. Hey chat, how's your day going? Fucking take my mind off this while I'm actively doing it. I got mod organizer. No, that's not what I want. What am I looking for? Star drop, that's what I was looking for. Ugh. Compatibility issue. Why? I just had a delicious dinner. I know, I just made your delicious dinner. I was the one who made said delicious dinner. And it was very good. About 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my god. Well, actually, wait. That's not too bad. It's 100 over here, so I'd take 90 any day. Alright, we gotta go to Steam. And we gotta go to our library. Oh, nope. Oh, nope. Oh, nope. We'll get there, gang. There we go. And we gotta go to Stardew Valley, and we gotta go to mods. I made chicken and dumplings. It was very good. Took me a while to make it, but it was very good. Let's extract all, and we're gonna extract it here. We'll just replace all of the old files. There we go. And then we got some updates, so we're gonna grab these updates real quick. Oh yeah, no, 90s in the UK is actually a travesty. I am so sorry, I did not realize. I did not realize that is actually a travesty. Oh my god. Sorry, I thought you were in the U of S. That's on me, being a dumb little American that's like, everybody's from America. Okay. Sorry, gang. Also, on Wednesday, I will not be streaming. I don't ever stream on Wednesdays. But, I will be hanging out in a friend of mine's chat, bar guest. And she will be working on the plushie designs for the upcoming plushies that I'm working on getting made. So if you would like to see that as it progresses, you can go hang out with her, and she will show you. Okay, we gotta go back to Star Drop. Sorry, all my shit got fucked up for a second there. Okay. Why does it have a compatibility issue? Crowd control. What the fuck's going on? Okay, hold on. We're gonna try something. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we're gonna do our best, okay, gang? I feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit. Hey, Triggerfire, what the fuck? Triggerfire, go away. There we go. Okay, we're gonna try. Alright, there we go. Alright. We're gonna try this, and we're gonna see how it goes. Okay. We will see. Real quick, we're just gonna make a character, nothing crazy. Go black hair, you know, the typical. We'll grab something. Yeah, we'll grab red shirt. Pants. Let's see. We'll grab golden earrings. There we go. Eye colors like a gold. My pants are like a deep navy. We're gonna go ahead and skip the intro. Okay. I think the Chili's hat really brings the look together. Oh, thanks. Oh. Okay. I thought the game froze. Okay. Okay. What the fuck? Alright, here's the house. We've got 2 chickens. Their names are Beans and Toast. Why the fuck are you also playing Roblox right now? I'm not. I just have it open in the background. I forgot to turn it off before I started stream. Okay, hold on, Gore. I'm trying to set it up. Hold on. So it should have... Okay. Oh my god. I'm trying to figure it out. Figure it out, Gore. I don't know how this shit works. Okay. What the fuck am I wearing, chat? Anyways. The fuck? Why isn't it working? Hold on. What if I go into my OG farm? Would it work then? Nope. Oh my god, what am I wearing? Hold on. I'm really trying to figure this out. I really am, chat. There's a walkthrough and everything, and it's still, like... Hold on. Maybe it's this? Stardew Valley... Hmm... okay. Hey, Xbox, why are you open? There's so much open right now on my desktop, and I do not know why. Go away. Okay. Start a session, load a game save. I am fucking losing my mind right now, chat. I don't know why this isn't working. Hi, King! Also, has nobody claimed first? Are we being so for real right now? Y'all are usually, like, immediately on top of that. Oh, is it already claimed? Weird. It doesn't show that it's already claimed on my end. Oh well. Not gonna doubt y'all. Alright. Nick claimed it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not showing in my reward queue for some reason. Ah! Sorry, the barks don't work today. Trigger fire is down. Okay! We are officially connected to crowd control. Holy shit. Okay, so now what we're gonna do. There's Peach, 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 and Charlie. Yeah, look. Look. It's a peach. I don't know. Alright. So, what we are going to do. You now have the crowd control toggle. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some things that you guys can do with bits. Okay, hold on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add some things that y'all can do with bits. So I can only add 3 things that you guys can do as a channel reward. Unfortunately, the rest you guys are going to have to use the money in game. So I'm gonna let y'all heal me. I'm gonna let y'all kill me straight out. And I'm going to let y'all... hit me with an adrenaline rush. Alright. Let me add in all of the other stuff you guys can do. I'm gonna let y'all warp me wherever the fuck y'all want. So let's go ahead and add that in. You guys can absolutely downgrade. Alright. Let us summon monsters. For now, y'all are gonna do this, alright? Okay. This is fucking ridiculous. But now there's things that you guys can do. Good morning, beans. Good morning, toast. Some food for the babies. We'll let them out. Alright. How do we access the other redeems? So if you refresh on Twitch, there should be a crowd control. There you go. There you go. Actually, you don't need to refresh. I've just updated it. It's on the screen now. Everybody gets a free 50 coins whenever they start. And you guys can use that for whatever you want. You can also use bits to buy more coins, and if you sub, you get coins for that as well. So, that's how that works. I'm gonna turn on some music. Alright. So now we're playing Stardew Valley, baby. do 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 do. All right. So there we go. That is now active, and you guys can cause as much chaos as you want with crowd control. God damn, did that take a minute. Sorry, I was playing with it last night, and I thought I had it figured out, and I guess I did not. I'm gonna let you go, let you go. Such is life. Sometimes you start playing with shit and you think you got it and you don't got it. It only took me 30 minutes. Jesus. So sorry. I promise I'm a professional streamer. I just, oh god. You actually did Stardew? It's the only one I can get to work right now, so without sitting here for an hour trying to figure it out. The crowd control's still acting up. Is it? It says it's on. It says it's working. What's wrong with it? Ow! No crowd control from this end, my ass! Gorgeous sent a fucking dragon after me. Ow! What the fuck? Is it still out there? Ah! Gore, I don't have a sword! You fucking dickhead! Oh! Hi, Eliza! Is this dragon just gonna fucking live with me until I get a sword? Oh no. Go get a sword. Gore, you don't get a sword yet! Oh my god. Gore's gonna kill me day one with a fucking dragon. This is some bullshit. Ah! Stop it! Stop with the dragons, please! I don't have a sword! I can't get over here! Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't get a fucking... These points are abysmal. Yeah, that's why I did it. I'm doing okay. How are you? Use your scythe. I don't know if that's enough to save me, Morrison. Is the dragon still here? Okay. It despawned. We're good. Could be better. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. Oh my god. Fucking already almost full dead. Day one. Cause somebody likes to just send serpent- Gore. Gore. I'm going to feed my dog. Gar! You fucker! I went to go feed the dog, you dickhead! I don't have any money? Ugh. He charged me all of the money I have! Gore. All of it! Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. It was all of my money, Gore. Gore, that was all of my money. Thanks for whoever gave me the sword. Oh my god. I didn't know Stardew had American healthcare. Yes, you did. If I come over here and there's still a fucking... Oh my god. Oh my god! Why are there 2 of them?! I can't even go to bed. I can't even go to bed. I can't even go to bed. Somebody found me on my farm. Beat the fuck up. Harvey, can I just sleep here? Harvey, can I just stay? My husband wants me dead, Harvey. Sorry guys, trigger fire doesn't work today, so that means pet and bark don't work. Just so y'all are aware, trigger fire's out today. Yeah, can the people who are finding me kill the dragons in my house, maybe? There's too many fucking dragons at my house. Oh, I forgot there was one here too. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. The sentiment is there. Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm in hell. Fuck. Can I can't even sneak into my fucking house! The fucking dragons! Ah! I can't even sneak in! Fucking assholes! Ah! There are 3 dragons outside of my home. Oh, there goes all my hay. My chicks are dying. My chicks will not survive. My chicks will not survive the winter. Can I just sleep in someone else's house, please? This sucks. This fucking sucks. Ah! I can't get home. I just want to go to bed, but there are fucking 3 no, 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 no. Let me in. Oh, oh. Ah, there's one in my house! I forgot about the one in my house. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, you got something for me, Willie? That's great. That's fan-fucking-tastic, Willie. Oh my god, I don't have any money. I've got nothing. I can't even buy seeds. This is the most chaotic start to a fucking Stardew Valley stream I think I've ever had. Yeah, thank god they despawn when I wake up, or else I would have gotten jumped in my own bed. Oh god. Oh my god. I don't even have my seeds anymore. All my seeds were stolen from me. Ducky. Ducky. Ducky, I can't get home. Okay, I can. Oh fucking god. What's up, kid? Ducky, I'm gonna get every single one of y'all. This is fucking ridiculous. Thank you for the money, Gore. Fuck me. as an apology. Fuck you. Oh my god. The silent spoken volumes! I didn't know where the fuck I was! I was like, oh, okay, I'm at the beach. And then I looked around and I was like, this is not the beach. Hey, kiddo. Yeah, I got one for you. Yeah, you can have it. There you go. Oh my god. I got so scared. Oh my god. That 1,000 bits for coin? I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Shit. Oh no. Seems to have a close bond with the parrots, but he's too scared to come talk to you now. Perhaps making friends with the parrots can earn his trust? Yeah, probably. Fucking Willie, I don't think we're gonna be able to meet today, bud. Willie, can you let me get home? Ah. What is that? I don't like that. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Chat? Oh my god. Oh my god, chat. Holy fuck. Oh my god! It's so dark! Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's so dark. I'm just looking for fucking coconuts. Oh my god. I'm like squinting. Oh, and now I'm stuck here. I'm helping. Yeah, you're helping so much. You're being such a good helper. Let me out. Let me out. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Repeat in the back of my mind. Did you just fucking teleport me back down to the beach where I already was? Oh, fuck me, man. Alright. What's happening? Where am I? Okay, I guess I'll go talk to fucking... Before 5? Okay, yeah, I guess I'll just go... GORE! A bomb?! Oh my god. Oh my god! A bomb?! I'm so frightened. I am so frightened. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Hey, what's up, old man? Everybody's being so helpful. I'm so grateful that everybody's being so helpful. Oh. Gore. No! My money! I was just about to go buy seeds! And you stole my money! You pickpocketed me, you bitch! Oh my god. I'm just leaving these bug guts on the floor. Fuck this. A diamond? Thank you? Cookies. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm out of points. Thank God. Alright, we gotta talk to everybody. Fuck me, man. I can't talk to... I can't talk to... There she goes. Alright, fuck it up, Emily. Shake that ass. God! Every single time I get warped, it's terrifying. I never know what the fuck's about to happen to me. Holy shit. Yeah, if you're subbed, everybody gets to start with 150 coins. So, enjoy. Enjoy the harassment you're about to fucking let loose upon me. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? We just have golems that live here now? That's fine. Sure. Sure. I think that's okay. Fucking, why not? Yeah, you could just live here. That's completely fine. Whatever, man. Oh my god. Y'all scare me. Yeah, so if you don't see the crowd control option, refresh. But yes, you get 150 if you are already subbed to me. If not, you just get 50, but 50's still good. I also thought the plugin button at the top was the ad and not the menu. Yeah, no, that is the menu. It does look a lot like an ad, but it's not. It is the menu. Okay. We're gonna put down all this wood for a second. You did what? Oh. Oh, hello. Hello. Can you go away, please? Hello? Hello? Be gone. No, be gone, you little crusty fuck. Be gone. No, no. Thank you. Oh, God. What is the tipsy effect? Oh. Oh, God. What? Oh, -1 speed. Fucking fantastic. Oh, God. More bats. I forgot there was 3 of them that you summoned. Oh, fuck me. Oh, my God. Mr. or Mrs. Peach, I'm writing to inform you that you have won $100 in the Malaysian National Lottery. To collect your winnings, please remit a $5 processing fee to the postmarked address. Am I getting fucking spam mail? Thanks for the money, but am I getting fucking spam mail? That's fucking crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm bald! You balded me! What the fuck? You fucking balded me! You stole my weave! What the fuck? Oh my god! Holy fuck. She's bald! Oh my god. You know what? He's just gonna live in there with the chickens from here on out. That skeleton that you just spawned? Yeah, he's gonna live in with the chicken. He's gonna live with the chickens. Ah! He shoots magic. Oh, oh, there's more of them. Oh, suddenly there's more of them. Oh, God. Alright. Well, they just live here now. That's fine. No biggie. They just live here now. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Chad, are you worried about it? Where's he coming? Where's he going? Okay. Oh my god. Hey, 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 hey. Fucko. You don't gotta follow me around like I'd be a weird little stalker. You don't gotta do all that. Peach, this is your reminder to purchase Crowd Control Pro. Get these fucking ads out of my face. Alright, we're just gonna take care of some. God damn it! What type of a hold does crowd control have on you, chat? I'm gonna lose it. I'm going to bed. It's bedtime. I'm bald. I can feel the pillow on my little bald head. Oh my god. This is fucking ridiculous. Oh, it's a beautiful rainy day. Hi, me sell hats. Okay, poke. Hat mouse. Where the fuck is my mailbox? It's just a fucking stand. Okay, well. I can't say what my plans are. Because you guys are menaces and will immediately derail them in some way, shape, or form. So... Does the carpet match the drapes? They might as well now. Alright, I'm just gonna put away all my shit. Oh. Alright, I guess I'm just here now. See, this is exactly what I meant. Oh my god! I love Ducky just sending me spam mail, essentially. Oh, thank you for the upgraded axe. That's very nice of you. I shouldn't be here. Ducky. Oh my god. I shouldn't be here, but I am? So we're just gonna have to make it work, I guess. Yeah, too much rain. Yeah. Bald is in. I guess so. Alright. Time to go back, I guess. Ducky at the post office printing off spam emails to mail off normally. Where does the player go if they die? It just takes me to Harvey, who then fucking robs me. So, you know. Ducky is literally spamming me in fucking Steam. Ducky is sending... This is your reminder to purchase Crowd Control Pro in Steam. Closed on Wednesday. Fucking Ducky. That's not even- that one wasn't even Ducky! What the fuck? Oh my god. Alright, Shane, you dickhead. Oh my god. Oh, from behind! I look like a fucking dickhead! Oh no! I look like a flaccid penis! Oh, the spam mail! You wanna go shopping? I mean, yeah, but nowhere's open today, so... Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and... I gotta put all my shit into a box. For my own safety. God, I'm just bald. It's fucking ridiculous. What? Thank you for the fertilizer? I appreciate that. That's nice. I feel like y'all are about to do something mean. That was nice. Alright, yeah, they did just send shit into my inbox. That is so true. Look, I'll take poop over fucking skeletons and dragons, so... Ducky. Okay, I need to, let Merlin out real quick. He just ate dinner, so... Gore, is it safe for me to let Merlin out, or are they feeding Star? Oh, I got a CD, nice. Wow. Okay, it's safe. Okay, good. Okay. Chat, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna sit right here. My bald-headed ass. I'll be right back. Oh, thank you for giving me my weave back, Ducky. Okay. I appreciate getting my wig back. Okay, now I've got fucking... This is a haircut. Ducky. Ducky. This is a fucking haircut. I look like a mom. And not in a good way. Alright, we're gonna do the Joja Mart route, I think. I say that. I don't... Wow, thank you for the money. I really appreciate it. God knows I need it. Not really MILF, more like MILF question mark? Yeah. That's very true. Alright. Holy shit. I had a drink in my mouth. That almost fucking got me. Fucking Jesus Christ. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. I've got 6 of these bitches. I didn't mean to have 6 of these bitches. Alright, ah, fuck me. Okay. It's fine. Are you crying? Counting out your seeds? No. My nose is just stuffed up. Have you got a stuffy nose? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Hold on. 1 second. Oh, never mind. I thought I had an important DM. But it turns out it's just fucking Ducky. Reminding me about my crowd control. Yeah, that right there. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking, I can't take a step. I can't take a fucking step. Chili's has a Miku burger. What? Hold on. Hold on. Looking up the Miku burger. 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. I lied. Oh my god. Kula, why would you do that to me? Kula. I'm out of coins. Yeah, you guys spin them all and fuck it. I can't take a step. I can't take a fucking step. Oh my god. How do you crowd control? Nobody teach them. What did I just say? Decorate my house. Hold on. I'm gonna decorate my house. Make it look just as sad as I feel. I'm headed to Chili's again? Oh my god. Gore's on mobile, so Gore would be able to know. Yeah, I know. My money's not safe with y'all. It's 8 p.m. It's 7 p.m., but okay. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? I'm just gonna drop some shit there. It's fine. Oh, wait, no. Alright. There we go. My depressing blue house. Okay. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're got a break from people harassing me. We're good. We're safe. You guys like how I have to like talk to myself like I'm a trauma victim? Gotta remind myself that I'm safe. I'm getting a special non-alcoholic drink from Chili's. Chocolate shake with chocolate sprinkles, baby. The blue in that carpet really brings out the sadness in your eyes. Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. Nope, but it was close. What are you getting? And why isn't it the chocolate shake with chocolate sprinkles, you piece of shit? Ugh. I'm really enjoying getting to look at my farm for a little bit. Kula, you fucker. Kula, you piece of shit. Kula, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna find where you live. I did spend it! What do you mean should have guessed right? I guessed the best option. It's not my fault that you have bad taste. Why am I being punished for Kula's bad taste? How is that fair? Alright, alright, let's see, wow, y'all are making me tired. We just started and I'm over here yawning. Oh my god, I'm sleepy all of a sudden. I'm gonna order it when I leave, and if it's good, I'll give you a present. Bet. Alright. We are only an hour in. I know, and I'm so tired already. Also, my boob hurts. Unrelated. It's just sore. Ow! I ran right fucking into it. I didn't know where it was gonna be, and I ran right fucking into it. Oh my god. I missed the dragons. I don't. Alright. We're going to bed. Fuck this. Oh, you. Doo, doo, doo. This is gonna be great dinner entertainment. I'm glad you think so. Why does that lamp look like a plug? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't make the lamp. Oh, no, we're good. No uh-ohs. We're good. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do. Oh. Oh, you're gonna try and get Morrison in on my torture now? I haven't collected eggs. Damn. You can win! Oh, God. We're just gonna sell the eggs for now, just because we need the money. You can't win, child. Can't break even. Can't get out of the game. Did it not go through? What'd you do? Ah! God damn it! Fuck! Can't get even. Can't get out of the game. Oh, fuck me. Win. You win. Can't win. Stand right in the lane. You can't win it. Oh, God. You can win, child. You can't break even. You can't get out of the game. Oh, you can't get even. You can't get out of the game. Enjoy the lack of energy and money and sanity. Yeah, like what the fuck am I supposed to do today? You've just taken everything from me. I guess I'll do my best. It's what we do every day, Pinky. We do our best. Oh, fuck me. Oh my god. Swinging your sword doesn't spend energy? Yeah, I guess that's true. What does that have to do with anything, though? I guess I'll just, scythe it up. Can't get out of the game. What a good stream, Gore. It just started. The game. Oh, Morrison, thank you for the upgraded fishing rod. Oh my god. Wakanda. Alright. Yeah, I think it's because it's the training rod. I don't have anything but the training rod, and I don't think you can upgrade the training rod. It's okay. I understood the intent behind it. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I was checking something. I can't die in peace because I got a star I want to be around, but today's mission is complete. What? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, Nico. Alright, we'll just store all this for now. Giant peach. How do I get more coins? You buy them with bits, but you should get 100. Yeah, like we're saying. You should start out with 150. Quality peach clip scored. That's what I'm on about. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Oh man, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Hell yeah. Oh, thank you for upgrading my weapon, Morrison. Wow, look at that. Oh, look at that weapon upgrade. A silver sword. Look at that. I'm prepared for whatever fucking monstrosities chat decides to throw at me. I'm not. But I can pretend like I am. Okay. We're gonna work on some of these rocks around the area, I think. It would be a shame if the player died. Don't. Don't. Please. Please, no. Please. Please, don't kill the streamer, please. Ugh. Oh god. It'd be a shame to downgrade the sword. Gord, no, please, don't. Don't. Don't do that to me. Wait. No. Oh my goodness. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? What's happening? Morrison, why are we yelling? My coins have already been wasted. Yeah, y'all heard Morrison. Y'all can't do that. It would waste your coins. Oh, he won't do that to you, but he will fish. Okay. Oh, thank you for the... Did you upgrade my axe or did you downgrade? Oh, you upgraded it. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I couldn't tell. It looked like it was downgraded for a second, and I was like, what the fuck? Appreciate it. Alright. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit. I got a super meal? Oh, thank you for the super meal. I appreciate that. I was like, where the fuck did that come from? I'm putting it away before one of y'all fuckers kills me. Well, I guess if this is gonna be upgraded, I might as well use it to my best advantage. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit. Oh, you gave me a fuck-ass bob! Okay, this is fine. This is cute. This is cute. You gave me a fuck-ass bob a second ago. Oh my god. Where did that bomb come from? Ah, nope. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Okay, let's see. We're gonna grab these mushrooms. You've upgraded my weapon again. Oh, a cutlass. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm a pirate. You're kind of making me into Shantae, I think is what's happening. I'm turning into Shantae, is what's happening. I don't know if it's happening on purpose, but I am turning into Shantae. No! Wait! The jig is up! Time to take it all back! No, no, no! No, no, no! I'm not saying that that's a bad thing! Ah, fuck me. Is forcing me into swimwear an option? Is forcing me into swimwear an option? Oh no. Oh no. It failed? Oh, did it not go through? What the fuck? It went through, but it was refunded? Oh, damn. Too legit to quit. Alright. Alright. Yeah, you can turn one of my babies into doves if I ever have any babies. You can also force me to get divorced once I get married. So at the rate this game's going, I don't think I'm gonna get married. I feel like we're not making any progress. Oh, thank you for the watering can upgrade. Alright. Oh my god, fucking couch control. God damn it, I fucking wasted my water! Oh my god. Yeah, y'all can just if I ever get married and have children, you can make my marriage not exist and you can make my children not exist. For better or for worse. Alright. Excuse me, ladies. Thank you for your service. What's an ass baby? It's from Impreg. I don't know if I'm the right person to tell you about this. But, in Impreg, you give birth through your asshole. Alright, let's, Why do you have an Impreg fucking emote? What the fuck is the Impreg emote from? Oh my god. Is somebody, Oh, that went straight into the water. Oh god. Chat, I'm so tired already. Hey chat, would y'all be willing to share with me some money so that I can buy a new bag? Or a backpack upgrade? That'd be really nice, if so. Oh, thank you. What's the V and VTuber stand for? Vanellope von Schwartz. We all secretly want to be Vanellope von Schwartz. Almost have enough money. It's fine, I'll go fucking buy a silo, I think. I think I actually need more stones to buy a silo. War! What? You know what? I'm not answering your questions anymore. They just lead to punishment. I'm not answering any of your questions anymore. I refuse. Oh my goodness. Bing bum bum bing bum bum bing bum bum boom. Adrenaline rush. Oh god, I'm fucking booking it. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm fast as fuck. Also, I'm cyan. Ah! Ah! Four of them? Four? Oh my god. Ugh. Thank you for the healing. Jesus, fuck me. Fuck me, Christ. I know that wasn't you, Gore. I know who it was. I can see who it was. It was Kula. Oh my fucking god. That was horrifying. Yeah, I remember. I remember. Oh my fucking Christ. Yeah, the community center is off limits until tomorrow. Can't go back there today. That's fine. That's fine. Hi, Cookie! Sorry, Bark and Pet don't work today. Trigger Fire is broken. I don't know why Trigger's Fire is broken, but it's been broken for everybody today. Yeah, it's broken for Basil too. I was hanging out with Basil earlier and it was broken for him too. I know, it's such a bummer. Don't worry, I'll refund you the points, so don't worry about it. Oh, thank you for the wood. Are you trying to dig me down? Is that what's happening right now? Are you trying to dig me down with wood? Is that what's happening right now? Chat's trying to fuck me by giving me wood. We just had to deal with an electrical problem in my house? Oh no, that's awful. I hope everything's okay. Ow. Okay, oh, yeah. We had that issue with our, rental house a couple of years ago, and we couldn't stay in our rental house because the fucking box would have exploded. It was great. With some Gucci flip-flops. I just fucked her bitches and I made them lip-lock. I just piss and I see codeine coming out. Attitude thought it was a drought. Alright. Till 5 p.m.? Hell yeah. Ugh. But yeah, no, that's the fucking worst. I'm really sorry to hear that. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Gore's insistent on forcing everybody to torture me. We're an hour and a half in, and I'm like, yeah, so you can use channel points, or if you feel more inclined, you can click the yellow crowd control that popped up on your screen, and you can use crowd control to fuck with me. Yeah, it's fucked up. Would you believe me if I told you that this man wants to marry me? It's fucked up, the way he treats me. Oh, I need clay. I can build a well. Cool, I'm not answering any more of your stupid ass questions. Thank you for the cookie. Thank you, Cookie, for the cookie. Sebastian! Help. I am spending my money. I spent it last time too, but I wasn't able to spend all of it. Sup, Pam? Thank you for the wood. Everybody's trying to fuck me today. I don't really understand it, but I'll take it. Ooh. Oh yeah. Alright, we're buying the membership. Spending all my money before it is brutally ripped out of my hands. Look, capitalism matches how I feel about this playthrough. Who are we trying to marry here? I don't know. I haven't even thought about it yet. I'm not even sure if we're gonna make it to marriage before you guys are gonna fuck me up in some horrific way. Hmm. Okay. Hey. There you go. Can we marry Krobus? Let's get there first. I don't know how long it's gonna take us to even get there first. Let me get there. Okay. Yeah, we're going JoJo route because there's fucking dragons in the community center. So... There are dragons in the community center. So we're just not fucking with it. I'm already having you build a well, Robin. You're literally right here. Hey, we got carrots. Fuck it up. Bust it down, chat. We got carrots. Alright, do they not despawn? Yeah, no, they do. But the idea of them still being in there is funnier to me. Good morning, beans. Good morning, toast. Thank you for the eggs, ladies. Have a good one. Alright. Teleport to CC? Teleport to what? Teleport to where? Oh, the community center. Yeah. No, I'd be fucked. You would have kept teleporting me back there. It would have been the worst day of my fucking life. It's okay. Gore already chased me down and killed me 4 times with dragons, so... What's cracking, old man? Dragons. Dragons. Takes my heart and lives on. Yes, this is a song from the live-action Sonic movie. I really like those movies. It away. So I run. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-ba. Ba-na-na-na. Dun, 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 dun. So I run. Pick me up. Trip me, no trip on me, no fight. Speed me up. Ugh, I need to take a shower today. I'm stanky. I'm a musky husky. I don't even want to know what the fuck you two are doing right now. I just know it's gonna piss me off, so I'm not even gonna ask. Alright, best friend named Tails. So I run. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. What the fuck are you two doing in chat right now? Is this song about Sonic? Yeah, it's from one of the live-action Sonic movies. I think the second one? Speed me up. A party hat? God, that is a crazy. Why'd they relist all the artists in the song title? That's fucking wild. I guess I'll put on the party hat. I'm not really in a party hat kind of mood, but maybe it'll fix it. Maybe the party hat will make me forget about how much y'all bullied me a second ago. You're not dumb, musically speaking. If you haven't watched the movies, you wouldn't know. I'll run. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Are you upsetty about the bullying? No, that's the whole point. I am just very sleepy. I'm a sleepy peepee. I'm a big old sleepy peepee. My party hat makes it look like I'm wearing a sprinkler on my head. I don't know. I don't know. I think the constant fear response and then calming down has exhausted my heart. The up and down of the fear response. Crap, had another laugh. Well, you roll it in. And you roll me on your remote control. What do you think will wake me up? And it better not be more dragons. On remote control. If it's more dragons, I'm going the fuck to bed. You had to mention heart. No, I'm genuinely worried about spawning a skeleton mage. Somebody did those earlier. Those guys I'm okay with because they kind of just hang out wherever you spawn them, so I can go somewhere else. But the dragons chase you down. What? I thought hurting the streamer with a heart condition was a part of the fun. Was it not? I thought part of the fun was to torture the streamer with the heart condition. All right. Brand new clothes. What a brand new clothes. I'm walking home. You are cock blocking my future. I'm doing no such thing. It's not my fault. Though, in your defense, he still hasn't proposed to me yet, so I guess he's still open. I'm gonna need a little bit of this. Is there any hay in here? Any hay in here? No? Okay. Alright, we're just clearing everything up so I can have a clear line of sight for anything that y'all decide to throw at me. I need to make sure I'm prepared, you know? On remote control, like this is a no. Alright. We're gonna go to bed a little early today. I am the Jubbalubbalug. I am the Jubbalubbalug. Kula, where is that skeleton? Oh, did it not work because I just went to bed? He may have just spawned in the middle of the night. You're a heartbreaker. Good night. Elvintio, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the dog pound. I hope you're having a great day. I'm not. All right. Death be upon ye. Yeah, pretty much. You pretty much death be upon ye'd me. Oh, fuck. Shit. Go away. Go away. Go away. You don't belong here. Go away. This is my house. Get out of my house. Shit. I don't even know where the other one went. Supposedly there's 2 of them. The other one flew off somewhere. Hey, ladies. If a random viewer showed up to my house, I would shoot you. I got a baby there. I don't fuck around, y'all. There's a baby that lives at my house. I don't fuck around with that kind of shit. God, the party hat did not save me from whatever the fuck that was. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, the dragons are so scary. There's a... she's not a VTuber, she's a streamer, I think. Or maybe she's just a cosplayer. I don't know. But she's had a stalker since she was like 16 or 17, and at an anime convention yesterday, he like came up and like straight up assaulted her. Like rolled up, assaulted her, it was caught on camera, and then this con staff just let him get away before the cops could show up. And I was like, bro, the way he would have gotten stabbed, because I bring a knife with me to every convention I go to. Like, I don't fuck around with that shit. The photos of his face got released today, so people like knew what he looked like. He's out in Japan though, so I don't think. I'm gonna show up with baby stuff and a way to take Gore on a date. Oh my god. But yeah, no, it was fucking terrifying, and I don't blame her for if she never decides to be seen in public again. Like, what the fuck? Oh, is that... I may have a dad bod now, but I can still throw down that extra padding on my stomach is just extra protection. Are you telling me you have a primordial pouch? Like a cat? Is that what you're telling me right now? But yeah, no, I was like, Jesus Christ. And my brothers went to that one anime convention in LA, where like all the VTubers were this year, and they brought me back some VTuber merch, which I was like, oh, thanks, love that for me. But they said like while they were there was a girl walking around, and they thought she was just, you know, like somebody. They were like, whatever. Turns out she was a VTuber, and like one of her audience members recognized her and like ran up to her like super fast, and like he filmed it because it like startled him. And he was filming the con and just also happened to catch this on video. This guy like ran up to her like super fucking fast and then like dropped to his knees and started like bowing. And I was like, God, the way like that would have scared the shit out of me, thinking that he was gonna like come and like try and like juke me out or something. Like, I don't blame her at all for looking as terrified as she did. I would have also thought that that man was about to like fucking do something awful to me. It was fine. He was just being weird. But, like, you don't ever know that as a female streamer, like, whether or not somebody's just being weird or if, like, they're actually gonna try and harm you. And so, like, I don't blame her at all for looking as uncomfortable and, like, nervous as she did at first. Look, y'all are allowed to be weird and goofy with me if y'all meet me at an anime convention, but, like, be like logical about it. Don't like do shit that could come off as aggressive, because I have a fear response that requires me to attack first. And while I would feel really bad for beating y'all's ass, if you come at me too fast, you do deserve it. So don't do that. Do not come at me fast as fuck. I have trauma. I will get you. Try some of these cookies. Oh, those are some good cookies. If I ever see you at a convention, I'm gonna assume Gore is with you and we'll walk up with a rose and bouquet, but specifically for Gore. That's fine. Feel free. Gore usually will be with me. I very rarely go to conventions alone. However, be aware that more likely than not, until she's older, I will not be bringing Bunny with me to conventions, just for her own safety. And if I do have Bunny with me at conventions, I would appreciate it if you guys would not take photos of her, if you guys would not look at her. Because if she's there, it's because I had nowhere else to take her. Yeah, do not perceive my child, please. I don't care how much she's talking to you. Y'all are more than welcome to bring me toys for her at meet and greets and stuff like that. Like, I'm completely fine with that. She probably won't take a toy from your hand, though. She is big on stranger danger, and she does not like strangers at all. So... this Cyber Peach Girl official meet and greet. Look, we're gonna have one day. We will. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm manifesting. We're gonna have an official Cyber Peach Girl meet and greet, and it's gonna be so popular that y'all are gonna have to do- fuck y'all. It's gonna be so popular that y'all are gonna have to get tickets. Or else the line would get too long. They give you $50 to take her to a store or something, and I'll take Gore on a date instead. That's a Gore question. The shocking truth about Gore is that he looks like fucking what's his name? Shit, what's his name? Hold on. The secret about Gore is that he looks like JonTron. He looks like JonTron, but with longer hair. His hair goes down to like mid-back at this point. Yeah, when JonTron's not making videos, he's being a father. Sorry, I'm trying to get more clay. Alright. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Ba-ba, ba-ba. We'll be at the pool. I can't stand you. You are a menace to society, Gula. Alright, let's get the shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's- ooh. I like that Gore's not even like active in chat right now. He's like probably busy dealing with a baby. Okay. I love everybody else and treat them with dignity or respect. Fuck you. Oh Morrison, thank you so much for the cookies. I'm gonna go ahead and eat those real quick. That's very beneficial for me. Hey, chat. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. Everybody talks in their sleep. What do you mean? Spotlight. Da 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 da. That you're thinking about everybody, baby. That you just can't hide. 'Cause you tell me that you want me. And you tell me that you need me. You tell me that you love me. And I know that I'm right. I can feel it in the night. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. I hear secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. Oh, chat, we're working on plushies. I forgot to tell y'all. So we are officially working on plushies. I'm currently getting plushie designs made. I forgot to tell y'all. I've told y'all, but like not like upfront and personal. Check DMs? Absolutely not, because I know exactly what it's gonna say. But I'm working on getting plushies made. I'm gonna try my best to go through Makeship, so I'm gonna explain that to y'all now, and then if it works out, then I'll explain it to y'all again later. But the way Makeship works is essentially you send them a design and they will make the plushies. And they do it on a funding situation. Yeah, I'll show you guys the design in a minute. But they kind of do it in a fund kind of way. So each plush will be about $30. Gore, I'm just gonna post on stream. I'm just gonna show y'all on camera so nobody has to like leave the app. I know half of y'all use your phones. Hold on. But yeah, so essentially the way it works is that it's a funding kind of situation. So they will sell them for about $30. They'll do pre-orders. And then if we hit the fund goal, then everybody who funded will get a plushie. However, if we don't hit the goal, then they'll just go ahead and refund you guys, and I'll still have the prototype, but we just won't get the plushie funded. Is pretty much how it works. Does that make sense? It should make sense, but if it doesn't make sense, I understand. I can re-explain it. Why is it so small? Okay, there we go. But yeah, here it is. So on Wednesday, the person who's making this is a bar guest. On Wednesday, we will be on her stream doing colors and all the details and everything like that. But yeah, so everyone that wants one will have a chance to get one. It will be up, I think, from anywhere from 1 to 3 months. I don't know the exact date. You'll just pre-order however many you want. And then if we hit the fund goal, then they'll make them and they'll ship them out. And if we don't hit the fund goal, then they'll just consider it not enough people wanted it, and then they'll just refund you the money and the plushes won't get made. However, I will be receiving, I think 1, but possibly 2. I think only 1. I will be getting a kind of like the prototype version. So whether it gets funded or not, I will probably be holding a raffle for the prototype on stream for my debut. But either way, if you want one, please buy one. Support me. Buy one. Whenever they're out, I'll post a link to them so that you guys can have it. And we'll go hard on it. But for now, we're currently designing it. And yeah, it's gonna be a little Tragewolf. They're very cute. I love them so much. They're gonna look like me. And also, if these do well, then I might make a version of these that look similar, but with Grim, so that way you can have both me and Grim. Are you planning a fundraiser for it? No, so it won't cost me any money. Outside of the design that I'm doing right now, which I've already paid for, so don't worry about that. I don't believe there will be any money coming out of my pocket for it, because they'll have to be funded. So, and of course, I don't know all of the details because I haven't finished talking to everybody about everything. So these are kind of like, it's kind of like what I know now, which will probably change in just like a month or two. But since it's like a crowdfund situation. So if you want them to be made, then enough of you have to buy them, or enough of you have to pre-order them. But for now, we're just focusing on the design. So I hope you guys like it. I think it's really cute. I think it's coming together really well. Yeah, the manufacturer crowdfunds it by having a pre-order requirement. I believe, and it's different for everybody. So I think the max is 200, but it's been a long time, so I'm not 100% sure. Actually, it looks like it might be a little, yeah, it might be about 200. Which is a lot, I know. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot, I know. But I really wanna at least try, you know? So we're gonna give it a shot. And we're just gonna see how it goes, you know? But I'm really excited about it. I think it looks really cute so far. Oh yeah, it's gonna be promoted on Twitter. It is. 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 Otherwise, I'll forget. Well, so I'll be posting about it in the Discord. I'll be posting about it on Twitter. I'll be posting about it like nonstop to try and like remind you guys that like it's important. So no worries. Yeah, I'm gonna be making TikToks about it. I'm gonna be making YouTube videos about it. Like y'all are not gonna be able to get me to shut up about it. So no worries there. Yeah, I'm planning on going all out for the advertisement on it. Oh yeah, whole ass. Advertising campaign on Walmart? Yeah, how long do you think it'll take before Walmart's like, get this bitch out of here? I'll kill you. Alright, anyways. Sorry, I got a little aggressive. We're gonna go to the beach, gather some seashells, I think. Oh my god, why am I so fucking tired today? We'll channel peak media tech energy? God, yeah. We'll just go hard on it. I'm gonna go cook. Didn't you just eat at Chili's? What the fuck are you talking about? You're gonna go cook. What? Oh shit, I forgot. I wanted to do an X-Men ranking the other day. You're not in my Discord? What the fuck? Huh? Fundraising. Oh, okay. I was like, damn. How much you gonna eat? Oh god. Hip hip hooray for the Discord where everybody gets added the moment I go live. Oh god, fishing is over chat. That's kind of problematic, but that's fine. Who is Zero and why is he fucking it up? Hi Dog Ant, how are you? Hello? Give me my dog. What the fuck is his name? I didn't get to name him. Snooch! It's always Snooch. Trying to beat my brain into submission enough to let me draw. Relatable. Not about drawing, just in general. I'm just tired. Oh, I didn't mean to water that way. I also made a Tumblr account. Why? As a person who's had a Tumblr account for years. Why? Alright, we got... Gore, you're an asshole. Gore said, it's been 12 minutes since anybody's done anything to even attempt to torture Peach. There's an egg in front of the fucking door. Ladies. Oh, a niche community. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Never mind then. Wood, coal, fiber. Alright. We need... Really? That's not enough wood? My bad, I grabbed the wrong one. You see... I got delicious taste. You need a woman's touch in your place. Alright. Hurt my hips and waist. So feminine with grace. Alright. Build a silo. I think I need 10, but we'll go look just to make sure. Ah, my teeth hurt. Ducky, I'm gonna shoot you in the back of the head. Sorry, for the rest of y'all, that seemed really out of pocket and uncalled for. She has been messaging me on Discord and Steam Messenger the same message on repeat over and over again. Incredible violence. Oh my god. I'm feminine. Oh, I need copper too, shit. You're always at a pocket. How is this different? Well, because of that probably came off as like uncalled for. Thank you for the extra coins, Dogant. That probably came off as like uncalled for and like random, but I swear to God there's a reason for it. Dogant, thank you for using your coins to help me and not hinder me. Oh my God. I just realized as I was saying it that like, oh wait, chat's gonna think that I'm like violently aggressive. And I'm not usually. Ducky's manipulating me. There weren't any fun hinder options? Well, shit. Alright. I see how it is. Thank you for fucking me. Kula. Thank you for the dick. That's what I'm gonna say every time I get wood from here on out. And none of y'all can stop me. Why is it so weird trying to... Thank you for the cookies! Thank you, Cookie! Oh my God. Nobu, 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 Nobu. Why are you hoeing outside your land? Cause I need clay. I just noticed something, I don't know if it's intentional or not. Okay. I'm scared, I'm frightened. Hula. It didn't work because I was eating! It didn't work because he caught me while I was eating! My character looks like Cartman. No, that wasn't intentional, but it is really funny. Cookie, save me! Cookie's the GOAT! Oh, fuck yeah. She can't keep getting away with it. You can't stop me, you bitch. Damn. Oh man. You gotta time your shit better, bro. Oh, it feels so good to win. What do I need to make a furnace? I need copper. Okay. Holy fuck, it feels so good to be winning. You did take my health down, though. I think I think it did attempt to kill me, because my health is low. You can't see it. Hold on. You can't see it, because I'm in the way. But if you look, my health is low. Here, I'll move over here so y'all can keep an eye on my health. And then we'll move Graham. Move Graham right here. There you go. But you can't see it, but yeah. My health did go down. But I think because I was eating at the same time, it saved me, but like by just barely. my god. Do 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 do. Ba da ba da. Ba 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 ba. The way to make me feel. Mm-mm. This man just gave me a rusty sword like I didn't already have one. Wild. In my life. I just fucked your mom in the ass. I don't know why I always go back to fucking moms. Something in me. Can't be denied. Gonna feed them. Alright. I'm surprised I'm actually making progress in this fucking game. Not for long, I'm sure, but... if any of you fucking heathens have anything to say about it. Alright, let's see. Why the shiny sound? That scared the shit. No! No! Absolutely the fuck not! What is wrong with you? Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. God damn it. God fucking damn it, Kula. Shit. In my life. Yeah, how did the blacksmith hold back the dragons is the true question. That man a Targaryen? Oh my god, you dumb dog. Oh my god, I'm going to bed. I'm going the fuck to bed. This sucks. Sup, snoochers? I guess the serpents. Nico, thank you for the full heal, but I just went to bed. Oh, I'll give that back to you. Oh, I can't give it back to you. Damn. I'm sorry, I thought I could give it back to you. Tragic. Yeah, it really was. What the fuck? Also, there was a stretch redeem like 30 minutes ago that I completely missed out of fear, I think. So I'm gonna do that now. I feel really bad because it was from our newbie. And I fucking hate missing things when new people do them, but it happens from time to time. Can't be helped. Some things let you use channel points, but I think only 3 things let you use channel points. And there are 3 things that I set up. So. Alright, let me stretch real quick. I feel so bad, I missed that. Ugh. Ugh. What's adrenaline do? It makes me speed the fuck up. I start to fucking fume. It's a beautiful new day, yay. I fucked your mom in the cooter. sky is living here today. Hey, you defied death 4 times. Yeah. For so long, where do we belong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where do we belong? You're fucking lucky I spent all my points on Make a Friend, hell yeah. I can't afford to murder you, but I want to. Why? Why does everybody want me fucking dead? Native, Oh my god. I think I've accidentally given chat my flair for violence. We're so fucked. Oh man. We are absolutely kerfuckled. Want anything from Andy's? Yes. Root beer float, please. If you don't mind. Perish. The blue sky. Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue Sky. Who's Andy and why is he selling beer? He's not selling beer, he's selling root beer, and he's selling root beer floats, and he slaps. And he could eat me out any day. Maybe. I don't know. I've actually never seen that man. He actually doesn't work at his own franchise, so I've never actually met the man. Alright. So long. Bye bye, Mr. Blue. I don't know, he makes really good ice cream. I don't know, fuck me, I don't know. This shit's delicious. I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, it's a milkshake chain. They're really yummy though. Andy can shake his milk at me? I mean, who's gonna stop him if he wanted to? Is the true question. He's Andy, you know, like... He's the Andy. What the fuck are we talking about over there, dog ant? I'm scared. Alright. Damn. What the fuck's going on this floor? Nothing good. Alright, let's see. Kill the bug so I don't run into it on accident. Let's move the cave carrots around. I want to murder you, but I can't spare the points. That's the TLDR. Oh, alright, alright, alright. Fucking, I guess I just gotta get, like, cool with the idea of y'all murdering me. It's a bit late in the game for me to make this realization, but I am. Look, I don't know, a part of me was like, my chat loves me. Ow, you fucker. A part of me was like, my chat loves me. They're not gonna use it to murder me. They're gonna use crowd control to just help me out and do nothing but love on me. Incorrect. You will all use crowd control for nothing but violence, and I see how that is. Rax? I don't think I've ever heard of it. Myself struggle with I do love you, but I love murder that's free from consequences. Oh my god, what is wrong with y'all? Who is this stranger I've become? Y'all are some little murderers. Hey! Kula! Kula, that's real fucked up of you. Oh, so I gave you 1K? Oh, thank you. Fucking god damn it. Jesus. It's only one. I had to get rid of my points. Oh my god. Crowd loves dragons more. Fucking ridiculous. Alright, I'll take one more twink, and then I'll beat this fix. I just want to fuck one more twink before I go, god. God, hear my prayer. Let me fuck one more twink before I go. Like there is nowhere left to turn. How could you not inform me it was Stardew Valley night? Because I didn't know it was gonna be Stardew Valley night until I couldn't get crowd control to work for Minecraft and could get it to work for Stardew Valley. So Stardew Valley was kind of a last minute decision. I've been betrayed and backstabbed! No such thing. I didn't know it was gonna be Stardew Valley night, honestly. And you don't have randomized minds on? No. I'm just doing crowd control. I'm letting y'all bully me, I guess. I guess. I'm just really tired. Nowhere left to turn. Alright. Aromatical. There we go. I know don't drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. I've only been live for 2.5 hours though. Hey, can I get a coke with my rum? Where the fuck did that wood come from? Is that wood just been sitting there this whole time? What the fuck? I can't see shit in this tall grass. Fascinating. Alright. I love chat upgrading my pickaxe or my axe and my fishing rod, but just leaving everything else the way it comes. It's really funny. Damn. Damn. Let's take out some wood. And we'll build another chest. Put the wood back. Store this shit in here. Alright. Alright, there we go. Nice. Okay. You were asleep outside like 2 seconds ago, but that's fine. We're not gonna question that. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the upgraded pickaxe. I appreciate it. I was joking, but I do appreciate having it. Alright. There we go. Nice little water in. And then we're gonna keep searching for clay. The less people with steel axes, the happier I am. Yeah. I guess that's fair. Okay. We're almost there. We just need 2 more. 1 more. We need to get more copper. Alright, we're gonna run to go get more copper real quick. Why are you hoeing so much space? I need clay. That's all. I just need clay. Okay. Why not clay from the beach? Oh, I probably will tomorrow. I just only needed 10, so I was like, I think I could get 10 pretty easy on the farm. Integrated hardware you cannot afford. I thought you only got clay from worms. What the fuck are we talking about right now, Kula? Nice. Yiggy! 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 Yiggy. Yiggy, please. Yiggy, please. I was just trying to get fucking... I was just trying to get more copper. She did it again. What did I do? I didn't do shit. Ow! You fucking dick. God damn it. And I am done. What floor are we on? 10? Wonder my ears are still ringing. Fuck off! I'm not trying to die again. I just need to grab a little bit of fucking copper. On day 12? Well, you know, when you're getting killed 100 times a day, it kind of limits, your ability. No, I really don't want to die again. Actually, it wouldn't be a treat for me, honestly. When am I gonna make it to the nether? Fucking, we'll talk about that later. Thank you for the hydrate. Ugh. Why is soda so spicy? What the fuck? Why is it spicy? Okay. Oh, thank you for all the energy, Morrison. I really appreciate it. I spent the first 5 days getting chased by dragons. I sure did. Ugh. Alright, let's go to the beach. Oh my god. Those are some bad dragons indeed. I need to comb my hair, my head itches. It's been tied up for too long. Hey, handsome. Good luck, Sam. Ugh. Oh, to be tied up for too long. Y'all are fucking feral. Alright. Alright. So pray for me. Oh, okay. This isn't a farm. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get clay, bestie. How many times have you played Stardew? Never to completion. I don't do much to completion, truly. I'm a big fan of edging. Yeah, there is an end. Look, I've never been a hardcore Stardew Valley player. Also, I think y'all think I have way more free time than I do. I think y'all think I spend a whole bunch of time just sitting around, scratching my balls, doing nothing. And I would just like it to be known that that is not the case. I am making merch for y'all. I'm up till 3 a.m. editing videos and preparing things for streams and working on 2.0. I am a workaholic. It's actually ridiculous. Bah. Thank you for the gold bar, Morrison. You go to Ginger Island, find all the golden walnuts, enter his watch room. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bunny doesn't get up till 10:30 in the morning, so I'm able to, I see Peach on Roblox at like 9 p.m. Yeah, it's usually because I have a tycoon going in the background. I'm not actually paying any attention to it. I'm usually just letting it rack up money in the background. I have not beaten Stardew Valley fully. No, I have not. I have done no such thing. Thank you for the wood. Appreciate it. Love some good wood. I've never fully beaten it. Mm-mm. Even the game I started back in high school, I've never fully beaten. I gave you my wood, please respond. A crazy line. There's a specific way to farm clay on the beach. Yep, see, don't know that. Oh shit, yeah, there's a festival happening today. I completely forgot. Yeah, no, don't know about it. Oh, ad break, ad break, ad break. Is that entire place tilled? Yeah. You have a problem with my tilling? I till for fun. I fished up Taylor! Yeah. Be nice to Taylor. They've had a rough time of it lately. Alright, no. Sorry. I love people being like, do this. I was like, no. I'm gathering eggs. Good night, Kula. Enjoy your sleep crimes. Yeah, but like, Eva, I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm gonna be so real. I don't care. And I don't mean that in like a mean way. I just like, I don't care the fastest way to make clay. This is my crowd control world. I literally made this world just for y'all to bully me. I'm not even like actually playing the game. I'm not trying because I know that like a bunch of the shit that I actually try to do, y'all are just gonna come behind me and immediately demolish. So I'm just playing. I'm just enjoying the vibes. What fucking song is this? I never added this to my playlist. No, go back. What the fuck? Yeah, it's the silo. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. But yeah, no, I'm literally just playing this version just for y'all to torture the fuck out of me. It's the only reason this save file exists. This is the torture room save file. It doesn't have the Star Shuffle on, Kula, which I just double checked because I had that same thought. I was like, what the fuck? No, that song was on my playlist for some reason. I don't remember adding it, but this is what happens when you share a playlist with like 2 other people. Oh, my head hurts. Okay. Real quick. We're gonna take a break. I wanna do something real quick. Okay. Alright, I wanna do... Okay. 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 I think the artist changed the recording. That is also a possibility. Okay. I want to do a tier list. Alright, alright, alright. Go away. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta fix the tier list. Nope. Not that. Okay. I've been thinking about this since we talked about it the other day. And so I want to do it. Okay. So. Do you want to do a dragon tier list? Not really, but I can. Where's Grim? There he is. Okay, come here, bud. I wanted to do an X-Men tier list because we were talking about this the other day. We were talking about this yesterday, I think. And we're gonna vibe. Okay. So I just found this tier list maker. We were thinking about it the other day. We were talking about it yesterday because I was talking about how much I wanted to fuck Nightcrawler. Okay, so we got Omega level, excellent, good, 50-50, meh, no, throw him in the hole, and I don't know who this is. There might be an X-Men I don't know anymore, but Cable for me is a 50-50. He's fine. I don't dislike him, but he's not my favorite. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get all excited when I see him. Professor X, I'm gonna be so real with you. Professor X is a meh. Like, he's fine. Again, he's fine, but he's not my favorite. And I don't want anybody to take that personally. We're gonna go ahead. I see Nightcrawler right here, so we're gonna go ahead and put him up on Omega level just for me. we're just gonna do that for me. I want to move the fishing. Hold on. Fishing's gonna go over here for a little bit. There we go. Who is this? Colossus. Colossus is a... I'm gonna put him on a... I'm gonna put him on a meh too, honestly. He's kind of whatever for me. I don't know about y'all, but Colossus is kind of a, like... He's fine, you know? Cyclops? On a no. I do not like Cyclops. I've never liked Cyclops. I always thought he was a piss baby. Deadpool is on excellent, of course. We love excellence, and Deadpool is excellence in my opinion. Yeah, no, Cyclops is too Boy Scout for me. I don't like Boy Scouts. Honestly, throw him in the hole. I changed my mind. Oh, you saying Colossus is too Boy Scout? He's fine. He's whatever. But Cyclops I will throw in the hole. You think Cyclops can shoot beams from his dick? Nope, because I know how his powers work. Emma Frost is also a meh for me. She's fine. Gambit, Omega level for me. Love Gambit. Gambit goes up at the top. Who is this? Havoc? I know who Havoc is, but I just don't care. I just don't care about Havoc. I hate to be that person, but I just don't... I don't care about Havoc. Who the fuck is Husk? I don't know who Husk is. Hold on. Husk. X-Men. Husk? That's a woman? Uh... Husk. Yeah, I guess she's fine. Yeah, you know what? I'm throwing Professor X in the hole. You're actually right. He's kind of an asshole. Husk is a yes. She's both a good person and a bombshell. That's fair, but I don't know who she is, and they give me an option for that, so I'm gonna use that option. Thank you, Gore. Hold on, Gore brought me my drink. Delicious. Mystique, excellent. Mystique, excellent. Rogue, Omega level for me, baby. Rogue can get it. Rogue can get it. Rogue can get it. Doesn't Cyclops have brain damage? No. Rogue is a minor? That is a grown-ass woman. She has children. She has children. What? She's married to a man. She is married to a man. Gambit is her husband. She is married to a man. Also, Nightcrawler's her brother, and I am down for incest if it's the three of us. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, moving on. Rogue is a bombshell. Honestly, everybody I'm putting up on my Omega levels all at once with me. Please and thank you. All at once with me. Thank you. Which one's the minor that looks identical to Rogue, but greener? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Amanda Sefton? I don't know who that is. Who is this? Armor? Oh, Armor's fine. Yeah, Armor's good. She's fine. Beak? I don't know who the fuck Beak is. Oh, I don't like the way he looks either, so he could stay there. Who we got? We got Bishop. Bishop's a 50-50 for me. Candy Southern, I don't know who that is. Darwin, I don't think I know who that is. I know who Karma is. She's good. She's fine. Hold on. We're just gonna go ahead and move all the ones I don't know. Rachel Summers is... Oh, interesting. Yeah, Armor's great. She's fine. Hold on. We're gonna go ahead and move all the ones I don't know, just so we don't have to deal with them. I don't think I know Moira. I know Mondo, but not enough to have an opinion. Penance, Polaris, Sabretooth, Sage. Angelino, I don't know who that is. Apocalypse, Arclight. Damn. Saribot got that bitch. Monet's kind of fine. Yeah. What do you mean smite the heretic? I'm looking to see who I know and who I don't know. I don't know Boom Boom. Not well. Copycat's gorgeous. I know her. God, I forgot how many X-Men there are. Jesus. Hold on. Oh, bots are the heretics. Hold on. I wanna... How do I... Comics. I need to get Marvel comics. Chainsaw Man? I don't want... I just want, like, the popular X-Men. Is what I want. I want... Yeah, that one has over 200, and I'm just now realizing that that's too much for me. I'm human. Okay. Okay, oh, this one doesn't have anybody's names. Fascinating. I know Darwin only by the time he tried to fight Hulk. You can just choose to rate the popular ones. I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Okay. We'll go back. All right. I'll do the ones that are popular. So we'll move everybody else back down, and we'll only do the most popular ones. Okay, Havoc, you're not super popular. So get the fuck out. Neither are you, Karma. So get out. All right. We'll just do the main. We'll do the main ones that everybody knows. Okay. Let's see. Sabretooth. He's a meh. X-23. We're gonna put her on excellent. I love her a lot. Let's see. Who else? Who else? Who else? Azazel. Throw him in the hole. Hate his ass. I only hate him because he gets more stuff than his son, and that makes me mad. Deathstrike. Let's see. Vulcan, Surge. I'm just looking for the popular ones. Shake 'em up, shake 'em. Oh, Beast. Okay. Beast is good. I like Beast. Beast is good. We like Beast. Beast is good. He's not my favorite, but he is good. Wolverine, I'm gonna be so real with you. He goes in the 50-50. I like him a lot, but I think he is more popular than he deserves to be. If that makes sense. Like, I like Wolverine. Don't get me wrong. I like Wolverine. I do like, I'm a Wolverine fan. However, I think he is more popular in media than he deserves to be. I think there are more interesting X-Men that deserve their own spin-off movies instead of him getting 1 million. That's my personal thought on it. Storm, Omega level. No questions. Kitty Pryde, excellent. No questions. Have you seen Pharaoh Wolverine? I mean, yes, and I still like him. I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying... Magneto, good. Yeah, case in point, Nightcrawler, Gambit. Those two people definitely deserve their own movies. Bullshit that neither of them have their own movies. Let's see. Who else? Who else we got? Quicksilver. Good. Magneto, Omega level. I'm gonna move him up to excellent. I do really like Magneto. He grew on me a lot over the years. I didn't really care for him a whole lot when I was younger, but he's grown on me a lot as I've gotten older. As I've gotten older and like you know, I've learned how life works. I've liked him a lot more. Sorry, I'm eating a fucking I'm eating a sundae. Oh, let's see. Shark Girl, Celine. Oh man. Oh, Rhapsody. Okay. Scarlet Witch. Omega level. Why are Thunderbird and Warpath separate? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not questioning it. Scarlet Witch is Omega level for me. Jubilee, also Omega level for me. Let's see. Iceman? No. Jean Grey? 50-50. Did not know Scarlet Witch is a mutant. She is, yeah. She is one of the X-Men. She's Magneto's daughter. Adulthood is realizing Magneto isn't evil for choosing to fight. He's evil because he's letting more people die than he is protecting them. Yeah. I thought you don't care for Jean. I don't mind Jean. You know what? You're right. I'm gonna move her down to meh. I forgot meh was an option. She's staying in meh. I don't dislike her, but I don't care about her, if that makes sense. Like, all the shit she's going through, I'm like, that's unfortunate. Anyways, like, Toad? No. I saw somebody else on here. Domino. Domino is a good. I like Domino. Angel is a good. I like Angel. Let's see. Dazzler. Yeah, Domino's a cutie. And she's got to deal with so much, so I can't dislike her. Tommy. I think that's all the well-known ones. Oh, I guess people know Magic now, so I can do Magic. Magic's good. I like Magic. Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess people know Magic nowadays. Forge? I don't even think I know Forge. I'm not sure. Is Longshot on there? I don't know. I'm like squinting to see some of these names. Cassandra's on here, which I guess people know Cassandra now. Throw her in the hole too. Her and her brother can both go into the hole. I didn't watch the new show. I didn't like the animation. I watched the first episode and the animation really threw me off. Oh, I can add Juggernaut. No. Yeah, I don't know. I really wanted to like it, but the animation really threw me off. And I'm just struggling to get back into it. Oh, Psylocke. There she is. I knew I was looking for somebody. Psylocke is good. I was looking for her, but I could not find her. I found her. Yeah, that was perfect timing, honestly. Ah. All right. What's going on Tier Maker right now? Pokemon Waifu Gals? FNAF animatronics smash or pass? Don't mind if I do. All right. Smash, no regrets. Oh, it's a vote. Okay, Freddy. Okay, Freddy. Smash or pass for Freddy. I'd smash, but with regrets, I think. Yeah, I'd smash, but with regrets. Bonnie, I, I'd have to pass on Bonnie. Believe it or not, I'm gonna hard pass on Chica. Only this version of Chica though, because this version of Chica upsets me. Foxy, smash with no regrets. Oh, I'd smash, but with regrets. Smash, no regrets. Okay, this version of Chica, I think that's a soft pass for me. A smash with no regrets. This one, smash, no comment. Also, smash, no comment. Smash, no regrets. Smash, no regrets. Hard pass, that's a child. Hard pass, that's a child. Hear me out. Smash, no regrets. This one, I'm unsure of. I would, but I'd regret it afterwards. Nope, that's a child. I'm unsure on this one as well. That one is definitely going to be a pass. That one's also unfortunately going to be a pass, and so is that one, and that's going to be a hard pass. That's going to be a smash, but no comment. I don't want to hear about it. I'd smash that one with regrets. This guy's fine, honestly. Yeah, no comment, whatever. Okay, so all of these are going to have to be hard passes because I don't... The mouths are too much for me. Pass. Thank you. Pass. Don't look at me. We're gonna pass on that one. I would, but I'd regret it. I don't know about that one. I don't know about them either. I don't know about that one either. Yeah, I don't know. I would on that one. I would, but just don't. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's a baby. 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 Okay. Chat. Hear me out. Hear me out. He plays really good music. And women love music. You know, this is a little too easy. Yeah, his dick's smaller than my toes. You got it. Honestly, that's a pass. I'd fuck most of the animatronics I'm discovering. All right, get me the fuck out of here. This isn't safe for me. Female cartoon hotties. Okay. All right, this is good. This is good. Oh, the ad got you. Oh no. Smash, pass, smash. That's a baby. All right. D tier. I don't know who that is. F tier. Not my type. A tier. Oh, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Look, it's based off of how much you want to fuck them. Pocahontas is fine, but she's not my type. Just gonna... What? Who classified happiness, joy, as a female cartoon hottie? Can we talk? Can we talk? Who the fuck is classifying the emotion as a female hottie? Get that bitch out of here. Yes. I guess. She's fine. She's pretty, I guess. Hold on, can I go back? I'd like to go back. She's... Oh, I can't go back. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Belle is nice. That's a rabbit! Yeah, that's one of the muses. She's not my favorite, though. It's a fucking rabbit, gang. Alright, Elsa, S tier. Marceline, S tier. She's fine. Jesus, no. The spider. The spider. Oh, okay. I wouldn't call her a hottie, but I do like her a lot, like as a character. Hi, Third Word. So, we're gonna drop her in D. I don't think she's a hottie, but I do like the character, so. Absolutely not. She's fine, I guess. Is that a cow? Is that a cow? Oh my god, what the fuck? I mean, she's fine, I guess. Fucking Jesus. Fine. Mulan is definitely an A tier. C, I guess. Pearl's E, I suppose. Tiana, A. I don't know who the fuck that is. I'll drop her in B. Fucking A. Nani, S tier. Code Lyoko, big ass forehead, have an ass. That's a child. I guess you're fine. You're fine, I guess. Coraline's mom? That's a frog. Mavis. Mavis is definitely S tier, in my opinion. Codename Kid Next Door? I guess. That's a mouse. Well, Princess Bubblegum? She's fine. C tier, I guess. Amethyst? No. Yeah, she's good. I like her. I don't know who that is. I do know who that is. She fucks her dad. Azula, B tier. I don't know who that is. Blue Diamond has a fat ass. Who is that in S? I don't know, dude, but I saw her and she had to go there. This scares me. Bismuth is fine. That's a snake with lipstick. That's a child, I think. Okay, C, I guess. She's fine. C, she's fine. That's an old lady. That's a skeleton. Yzma. Ruby. Okay. Yeah, that's an A tier for me. It's an S plus. B. That's Sandy Cheeks. Sadness? Why is she in the cartoon hotties section? Oh my god, that's a fish. I don't know who she is, but I guess she's fine. No. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Solid A tier. C tier for Franny. We'll drop an A tier there. That's terrifying. I don't. Okay. Yeah, Bo Beep. Okay. S tier. Okay. Nobody. Okay. You did not just C tier Frankie. Look, she's not cute. Oh, it's Frankie, not Franny. Oh, my bad. Oh, Eris. Okay. Creator sees female and just. Look at my S plus and tell me anybody but them deserves to be on there. Frankie and the Black. I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about. Oh my god. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Rose, yeah. I like Rose. Yeah. She's fine. She's pretty. No. That's a child. I don't know who that is. Yeah. B tier. A tier. Oh, did I put her in S? Oops, I didn't mean to. That's fine. S. I'm not moving on! Alright, A tier. A tier. I don't know who that is. Is that the fucking mom for Phineas and Ferb? B tier. Jasmine, A tier. I'll drop B tier. A tier. She's fine. No. The lesbian? Yeah, why are there so many children? What the fuck? Kim Possible. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, she's fine. I fucking, yeah. The mom from, yeah, she's fine. Is that the, okay, yeah. That's a child. Oh, I do love Rapunzel. Rapunzel's A tier for me. Yeah, a lot of these are just straight children. Oh. No. What is this? Look, my S tier is a safe place for me. What is this? What'd she get? #1 fattest lips in the world? That's a child! That's Lapis. Lapis is fine. Sugilite. That's also a child. She's cute. I do enjoy her. No. Mother Gothel? Look, I regret to inform you all of this, but, I would. Your S tier is lacking, but no complaints on who's in it. Okay, that's fair. Okay. Okay. From the Chuck E. Cheese game! Oh my god. That's a fucking kid. Okay, chat, hear me out. Chat, hold on. Chat, I'm gonna need y'all to hear me out on this one. I'm gonna need y'all to hear me out on this. She's got gas. Yeah, you heard me. She's got gas. Oh my god. Fuck it up, Marge. A tier for Marge. The car race on your Yeah. Yeah, she does. Okay, I want to put her in A rank, but she looks like my mom. Y'all, we need to have a conversation. I want to put Doc Ock in A rank, but every single person I know IRL who went to watch this movie came and talked to me afterwards and was like, that's your mom. Why was your mom in Spider-Man? So because of that, she's got to get dropped down a couple ranks. Doc Ock was kind of, that's my mom! Oh my god. Oh fuck, what the fuck am I looking at? BoJack Horseman? No to all the BoJack Horseman women. No. Oh, the mom from, okay. Okay, I see where we're at. Solid A, yeah. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong? I'm just now just kind of going through the lit. That's a child. Lola Bunny's an A. Okay. She's fine. Also fine. I don't know who that is. Explain what? What do you want me to explain? Why did one Lola get A and the other one got S? It's just the design. If you want to be completely honest, it's just the design. I prefer Space Jam Lola design and personality to cartoon Lola design and personality. She's an A because she's really funny. But Space Jam Lola just hits different. So Miriba, I'm gonna be so real. This also looks like my mom. So once again, gonna have to go pretty low on that. What are the proportions there? Yeah, sure. Yeah. No. This creator is S tier. I haven't watched this movie, so that's a child. She's literally in high school. That's also a child that's literally in high school. All right. God, this fucking tier list. This fucking tier list. Oh my god. Oh my god. All that matters are my asses, honestly. Yeah, bro literally went female. I'm nuttin'. Oh my god, mature MILFs from anime? Gore. Hold on, Gore just sent me mature MILFs from anime. Bender in a dress. Well, it's been 2 minutes since female was in a scene, so sure. Yeah, they only had one of the muses, but Lola had two. I don't get it. Yeah, so Gore has sent me mature MILFs and waifus from anime and some video games. Oh, enjoy your bong, Morrison. Oh god, this is about to be wild. Okay. This is about to go wild. This is about to go crazy. Okay. Bakugo's mom, B tier. Okay. Bakugo's mom's B tier, only because she's kind of a bitch. Deku's mom, A tier. Yeah, this is all MILFs. Deku's mom's A tier. She's cute, she's chunky, she's kind. Don't mind her at all. Midnight, A tier. I want her naked around me all the time. Love you, queen. And she has a quirk. Yeah, that's true. I ship Bakugo's mom and Deku's mom. That's fair. Okay. What's her fucking name? Miss Joke or whatever. Also A tier. She's funny. She's cute. She's sexy. She likes Aizawa. She's me for real, for real. So she's in love with Aizawa. She's funny. She's cute. She's fine. She's me for real, for real. A tier. Nana, A tier. Queen, thick, muscular, beautiful, kind, A tier. S tier. Yeah. Hinata, S tier. Hinata is my baby, has been my baby since I was a child. I grew up with her. I love her. She's special to me. So she stays in S tier. Ino, A tier. Also special to me. Grows up to be a fucking baddie. Fucking baddie! So she can stay at A tier. Who is this? D tier. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. D tier. She's whatever. S tier. Love this woman. Would die for this woman. Absolutely. Want to cosplay this woman. I love her so much. I've actually cosplayed Hinata. I love her. Base Hinata. Enjoy her. Hell yeah. Alright. A tier. Would absolutely fuck her. She's so upset that, like, she's like, nobody's gonna want to marry me because I'm old. Baby, I'm right here. So don't mind if I do. Sakura's gonna go C tier. She's fine. I don't dislike her, but she's okay, in my opinion. Tintin, S tier. I'll be right in between Tintin and her husband all day. So Tsunade is also going to S tier, obviously. She's she married Shikamaru. Tsunade's double S. I don't have a double S. Yeah, we love gilfs in this house. Android 18, A tier. She's great. No issues. Bulma, however, has to go to S tier. And I hate to be that person, but Bulma is Chi-Chi's fine. I'm actually gonna put him like this because out of the two of them, I think I prefer Chi-Chi. But Bulma over 18 is insane. Bulma has more personality in my opinion. Chi-Chi over Videl. Look, I'm not really a Dragon Ball reader or watcher, so I don't really know anything about Videl. I just know, I know Chi-Chi, I know Bulma, I know Android 18, that's where I stopped. That's where I stopped! I stopped after that fucking arc, and I never moved forward again. So, I don't expect more from me. Anyways, Katara is a B. She's fine. Toph is an S. I know who this woman is, but I just don't care. Fuck this bitch, because it's not Grell. Mereoleona, S tier. Orihime is gonna go on a solid B. I like Orihime a lot. Rengiku is gonna go on a solid A. Rukia is gonna go on an A. And my wife is gonna go up here on an S. Bleach can't all be S tier. We're not doing that shit. Mereoleona is fine. This is my wife, so absolutely. I never finished this show, so we're gonna drop her down. If this is who I think it is, then S tier. It's kind of hard to tell though. I don't know who these people are, so D tier. D tier because you're a pedophile. I don't know who you are. A tier. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. C tier. C tier. C tier. I don't watch JoJo. I don't watch JoJo. D tier because you're a pedophile. I don't know who you are. 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 D tier because you're a pedophile. Damn, the amount of D tiers because you're a pedophile is crazy. Yeah, can I make a pedophile tier? Hold on. Add a row below. We're gonna make it black. No, we'll make it pink. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to do that. Green. I wanted to pedo. Okay. Pedophile. All right. There we go. Just make it, and I don't know. Okay, I can do that. All right. Don't know. I don't know these people. All right. All right. So let's rearrange. Let's rearrange. Okay. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. Pedophile. Don't know who this is. I know who that is. I don't know who that is. I know who Lisa is, but I don't know anything about her because I don't watch JoJo. I also know who this character is, but I don't know anything about her. Is this the mom from... Hold on. Is this the mom from that one anime where she's like an elf and her son like dies? Maybe. I don't know. I think you would like Lisa. Maybe. D rank. D rank. She's not a pedophile, but okay. Boa Hancock is a B for me. Nico Robin is an A for me. Who's that? Cynthia? A. Jessie? B. This woman? B. We're gonna move Jessie up to A, actually. This woman? Awful mother. C tier. Okay. She's fine, but she's not my favorite. Okay. Boa and Robin look the same. They do not at all to me, but I get your point. Boa's got a big ass forehead. Boa does not have to go to pedophile tier. She's better than that. Okay. I don't know who this is. C tier, she's fine. Oh man, I'm unwell. Who the fuck? Hold on, let's get out of that. Mercy. Mercy's a solid B for me. Moira's a D. Farah is a C. Symmetra's a C. D. Oh god. Oh no. Let's see. Who the fuck? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out who some of these people are. Lucamine and C? Yeah, she's a horrible fucking mom, and that makes me not horny for her at all. I know these are Mortal Kombat characters, but I don't know them well enough. I'm just gonna move all the characters I barely know or don't know at all. We're just gonna go ahead and do that. Fuck it too, I hate the moons. Yeah, like the characters I don't know at all are no, I know you. I see you in so much porn. Okay. We'll judge the rest of these. I thought Boa was Robin. Luffy was 17? Look, Gore, we'll have this conversation later. Uh, uh, um, D tier. Uh, okay. A tier. A. Uh, C. Beto is a solid A for me. Lisa is a B, I think. Ningguang is also a B. And you are a solid B. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, okay. There we go. There we go. There's the tears. There's the tears. There's it. There it is, gang. Hot takes, hot takes. I'm unwell. Alright. Nerf Lisa. I don't know her! 1,000 waifu? 1,000 waifu? Pokemon waifu. Okay, let's do Pokemon waifu. Alright, we're gonna do some Pokemon waifu. 1,000 waifu is crazy. Valid list, thank you. Thank you. Is this not a child? Oh, this is all in Spanish. Oh, shit. Oh, this one's in Spanish. Sorry. Sorry, gang. Alright, we got Ultra Smash, Super Smash, Smash Meh, Pass, Not in 1,000 Lives, Indifferent, Disappointing, Nope, and Burn It with Fire. I can read Spanish, I'm just being lazy. I don't know who this is, so I'm gonna, she's a meh for me, so I'm gonna hit her with a pass, I think. Also gonna hit her with a pass. Don't know who the fuck this is. I'm indifferent. She's fine, I guess. Ah! That's a child. So that's gonna be a nope from me. I don't know who that is. Indifferent. Okay, she's not a child, but she looks like a child, so I'm gonna pass. I don't know who that is. That's meh. That's a lizard. That's a skink. Yeah, that's a newt. Disappointing. That's a spider woman. I'm gonna have to hit her with a nope on that one. What am I looking at? No, thank you. Is that a woman? What are the nipple armor? What? What? I'm gonna pass. I'm pretty indifferent about this one, honestly. Yeah, okay, I'd smash this one. That one's fine. Yeah, she looks like she hates me. I'd smash. Hmm. Hmm. Eh. It's a meh. It's a meh. I'm indifferent. I don't know. I don't know who this woman is, but I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent. She's whatever. She's a meh. Is that not the same woman twice? Are you allowed to say 1,000 waifus if all your waifus are the same? Smash. Yeah, sure. Is she playing with a Rubik's Cube? But she's very cute. So yeah, Super Smash. I don't know who she is, but Super Smash. God, let me Super Smash. Ooh, no, burn it with fire. I don't like the way it's looking at me. I'd have to pass on this one. Ooh, yeah, I have to pass on that one too. And that one. Hip, hip. I'd smash. She's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'd smash. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I'd smash. That's fine. Yeah, I'd smash. That's fine. Uh, yeah, I'd smash. That's fine. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. I'm indifferent. Yeah, I'd smash. That's fine. Meh. 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 Yeah, I'd smash. That's fine. Fucking let me smash! Uh, she's fine. Yeah. Meh. We find out this is just a Peach soundboard. That'd be really funny. God, it is fighting me. It is fighting me. Yeah, it's Smash. No. Yeah, it's Smash. That's fine. Yeah, it's Smash. That's fine. I know. Pass. Thank you, though. Yeah, it's Smash. No, I'll pass. Thank you. That's a child. Who? Who's a child? What? Who's a child? Which one was the child? Yeah, I'd smash. That's fine. Said with the cadence of tossing out advertisements from your mailbox. Yeah, pretty much. The last one in indifferent. Oh, well, I'm indifferent. I don't care about them. Is that not what that means? Yeah, like literally anybody on this list could be a child. I'm just like I don't like the way she looks at me either. No. 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 Yeah, sure. No. Yeah, sure. Absolutely not. Um no. Maybe. Maybe. No. That was a hentai character? I didn't know. I didn't know. Sure. No. That looks like a child. She's whatever. Also whatever. Sure. Nope. Mm, indifferent. Pass. Yeah. I'd pass on that too. I'd pass. I'm passing. Oh my god, there's so many fucking women. Oh, sorry, Subaki! I was just trying to see the women. Okay. Uh, cartoon templates. Okay. What's going on cartoon templates? The Ultimate Cartoon Crush Tier List Girl Edition. Is that woman just in lingerie? What is this? What am I looking at? Chat, what the fuck is that? Chat! The ant? That's a cat! It's from a religious movie? What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is Pinkie Pie here? Oh. Petty Boop? What? That's a strawberry. Oh, no. Oh, we gotta get out of here. It's not safe to be here. Oh my god. Disney Pixar waifus with this child holding her mom's ass. Grounded. Grounded. Is that Shadman? God fucking damn it. Fuck. Shit. You gotta be kidding me. Are they normal photos at least? Okay, yeah, they're normal photos at least. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Imagine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gore, why would you send me something that would ruin my day like this? I have a daughter here. Did you forget? No, the tier list creators are not doing well. Hold on, I just need a second. I'm just... Hiya, boy bug. How are ya? I hope the answer's good. I just need a second. I need to process everything I've just seen. All the things I've just heard. Gore is giving me rank anime dilfs. Okay, hold on. Are you still wearing the Chili's hat? I don't know, man. It just kind of glued itself. Oh, I'm recording. I didn't mean to do that. It kind of like glued itself to my head. And now we're just kind of stuck with it. Alright, hold on. Gore sent me a DILF list that I haven't really looked at. Alright. Alright, DILFs. Alright. Aizawa, DILF Supreme. DILF by definition, not my type. DILF by definition, not my type. DILF Supreme. Who the fuck? Super DILF. DILF by definition, but not my type. Ew, no, get it the fuck away from me. Super DILF. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Absolutely not. Actually, get it the fuck away from me. DILF by definition, but not my type. Sexy but meh. I don't know who that is. Sexy but meh. Super DILF. Oh my god, absolutely not. I don't think I know who that is. Absolutely not. Super DILF. Absolutely not. Get it the fuck away from me. DILF Supreme. Hold on, gang. Hold on, gang. Hold on, gang. Hold on, gang. We'll get there. Hold on, gang. We'll get there. Hold on, gang. Hold on, gang. The top row's already got potential. Thank you, thank you. Why are you being weird about Judy but not Nick? Fine. I thought you all wanted me to be honest. I don't know who this is. Y'all are gonna hate me for this. Oh wait, is that CL's actual dad? Okay, he goes up then. I don't. All right, there we go. Yeah, no gangsta. Sorry about it, but there you go. I don't know JoJo characters. I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel about this. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I'm discovering that my type is black-haired men. Because honestly, I'm gonna move him up. I'm gonna move him down, actually. I'm readjusting, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah. Okay. Black-haired men with holes, they're my favorite. I don't know what else to tell you, man. The worst JoJo Dilf is the only one that's here. Oh, shit. Alright, well. Is there a wolf man? Werewolf. Wolf. Werewolf designs. Oh wait, let's do Elden Ring. Elden Ring. All Soulsborne bosses. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Very best, really good, good, alright, unsatisfactory, bad, really bad. Oh. Oh, wait. Never mind, I don't want to do that. That's too much. Oh my god. Crazy Frog. There's no Crazy Frog. What other page? What are you talking about? Middle top row? In the tier search? Oh, Crazy Frog. Ring ring tickum bam bam. Top tier kins. I could show my friend these kins. Mid ass kins. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Who are you? Why is Teto here? Why is Teto here? What the fuck? Elden Ring dog tier list. S tier. 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 D tier. D tier. B tier. There we go. Behold! Dog! Good list, good list, good list. Oh my god. Okay, I need to take a break. I need to go take a shower. and jack off into my own hands and just have a grand old time. So, I won't be streaming tomorrow, but if y'all tune in to Barg's stream on Wednesday, I'll be in the chat to show you guys this. We'll be doing plush designs, plushie design, plushie design, plushie design, plushie design, plushie design, plushie design on Wednesday, 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 Wednesday. I will tag you guys on Wednesday with the link so y'all know where to go. And come watch the plushie design be worked on. I think it'll be fun. Plushie, 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 plushie. And if y'all want, y'all can even cut a hole in it. And then if y'all cut a hole in the bottom of the plushie, y'all can stick like a fleshlight in it. And honestly, I think if y'all tried that, y'all would have a really good time. I think it would be like really fun and really nice. And